Hey guys, going into the first match, round, whatever you want to call it, of a Battle for Zendikar draft, and we would like to play first, I think. I think this hand's a keep. We do have our nice board sweeper, removal, and a 2-drop and a 3-drop. I think with a hand like this, my plan is going to be to try to be aggressive early, and then planar outburst can kind of be a way for me to shift things back in my favor if I start to fall behind. But when I have a good 2-drop and a good 3-drop, it's probably not a great idea to just not play them just because I have planar outburst in my hand. I can at least get in for some damage, and maybe if I draw a couple more creatures, I would think about not playing them. All right. In my turn there. So we'll play our steward. Well, we've definitely got our double red. Even though in the end we decided to run more plains than mountains, we got there. All right, that's pretty good too. I think I actually am going to play Nettle Drone first, so he can just start doing what he does, which is pinging the opponent if necessary, or swinging for 3 if that's what I want to do. We do need our double white someday if we want to make sure we can cast Planar Outburst. All right. Hey, there's some more removal. I think I swing with the Steward here. It'd be a fine trade with me if he wanted to double block it with his 2 Scions. I'm not going to use Gideon's Reproach or anything like that. I'll just play Shadow Glider in my second main phase. He's thinking about double blocking it. He may want the ramp, though. Yeah, he's thinking hard about it. Wonder if he thinks we might have a trick. Or if he's just trying to decide if I were him, I'd probably not block it. There's no good reason. He's going to go to 16. It's not the end of the world. I don't know what he has in his hand, but chances are keeping those 2 Scions in play is more valuable than preventing 2 damage, than trading for the Stalwart. Not Stalwart, Steward. All right. He's going to take it, which is what I think he should have done. And then I'll play Shadow Glider. Definitely got a more aggressive start with this hand, and then we have ways to deal with his threats that he potentially plays while we continue to attack and ping and so forth. So, retreat to Kazandu. Okay, well that's annoying. My opponent's going to gain life, I would think right now, would be his plan. Yes, it is. So I'm not sure. It depends on how much he can abuse this thing. I don't think I would side in we'll do 1 damage. My enchantment destroying cat. Well, Unified Front not especially sexy right now. So I don't think I'm going to cast it just yet. I'm going to leave mana up. We'll attack with both of these. Unified Front can get us 2 allies right now. Maybe that's worth it. I don't have anything else to do with my mana. The chances he attacks this turn aren't ultra high. But it might be better to hold on to it until we have a rally trigger. It's a hard choice. It's not going to get us a huge amount of value right this second. But at least I'm developing my board if I play it, but I also have Planar Outburst. Yeah. I think I'm going to play it. I think just, hanging back there is not the best plan when we can continue to develop our board as we need to. I think being aggressive and playing Planar Outburst if we need to is the plan. But we have 2 pretty good removal spells who can deal with a lot of creatures in the format. Of course, we need one more land for our Stone Fury, but that's okay. At least our Nettle Drone's basically making it so he only gains 1 life per land. So, makes it a little less good. Yeah, the retreat with... I've never seen someone do it, but the retreat, if you had like a black-white ally life gain deck and the green retreat, splashing for the green retreat would be pretty sweet. It's a good source of life gain and everything, so... He may be about to play something big and scary. 4 mana doesn't make it seem that way, though. Could be a Smothering Abomination, which wouldn't be bad in his decks, from what we've seen anyway. That's that rare 4/3 flyer who lets you draw a card every time you sacrifice a creature. 5 mana, 6 mana. Oh, yeah, that's annoying. We knew those were around. I think we saw 2 of them, so. All right. For now, it's not a huge concern. I mean, we can chump it for a while. And we can't play our Planar Outburst anyway. If we get the 6 lands, we can just Stone Fury it too. Oh, does that do anything for me right now, really? Not sure it does. Can also use Gideon's Reproach plus my 2 ally tokens to take it down, something like that. But we'll swing. I'm going to hold on to Fire Mantle Mage for now, because I want to leave mana up for the Reproach. We had 3 lands in our opening hand, and we've struggled to draw our 5th one, which is annoying, but that is variance. Miss a land drop, guy. Think about how much less life he'd be at if he... I mean, granted, like I said, at least we've reduced it to 1 life thanks to Nettle Drone, but seriously. His deck probably has numerous ways to bring back Deathless Behemoth too, so let's see what he's got for us here. I think at this point I'm starting to fall a little behind. I think I stopped committing things to the board and just see if I can get my opponent to dump his hand for Planar Outburst. Okay, Bone Splinters. I'm okay with that. I mean, it will keep us from being able to swing anymore, but... I think I'm going to go for the double block here, plus Gideon's Reproach, though, and see if that can deal with our problem. If he can get it back, then I think we probably end up having to resort to Planar Outburst in the near future. So we'll try that out. He may have a pump spell, something like that. We're getting 2 for 1 either way here, though, so I guess that would be... No, yeah, it would still just be a 2 for 1, so it's not a huge deal. We're not getting rid of his creature on the table. All right, Altar's Reap. That means we get to keep our allies. So, I mean, he does get to draw 2 cards in the process, unfortunately for us. But no, it's still a 2 for 1, basically. Well, I guess he lost 2 cards to draw 2 cards, so it's not quite as bad as a 2 for 1. And we're in much better board position right now. All right, well, I like that. So we can keep being aggressive for a little while, it looks like. And there's Rolling Thunder if we need to close out the game. So we're going to attack with everything. So we can do 2 with Rolling Thunder right now. Not amazing, but we are in a situation where he has to play 2 blockers this turn, or we just win because of Fire Mantle Mage. So like even if he plays like, let's say, another Deathless Behemoth, we got the game. So seems pretty good to me. Looks like he's playing 1 big spell, which is what I want. All right, it's another Deathless Behemoth. So that should be game. We play our Mage, swing for 7. Damn. Now we can't win instantly because he's going to gain 2 life. All right. So I think we still play our mage. Take him down to 1. So he's like in a situation where if he doesn't hit a land drop here, he's basically dead. So we're going to attack with everything. We now have Planar Outburst ready to go too, so if things get too hairy, we can go Planar Outburst and then Rolling Thunder on the next turn just to finish the game. I mean, we can probably Rolling Thunder next turn to finish the game anyway if he goes up to 3 here, so we can do 3 with Rolling Thunder. See, that Nettle Drone's done a lot of work in this game, despite there not being, I don't think, a single other colorless card in our deck. But, I mean, obviously he's far, far better in a deck where you can just untap him twice a turn and things like that. But he's a good card. I mean, if he didn't have his untap ability, he'd be a good card. All right, opponent conceded. Now we go to game 2. I think we want Stone Fury more than Royal's Retribution with the meaty creatures that we saw. And we also saw some Scions, but that's also not the greatest use of it. Kozilek Sentinel would be an okay blocker, I guess, but I think we just leave things as is. See if we get another aggressive hand like that. Our deck, I don't think, usually is going to be that aggressive. It does have some good aggressive creatures, but it's also got a lot of crazy, like we had our Planar Outburst that game ready to go, and our Rolling Thunder. It's kind of an embarrassment of riches in that game since we were just like, we'd managed to dominate the board and everything. And we still had like countless ways to solve our problems, but our deck does have some pretty strong cards, so it's not too surprising. All right, about to start the second game. Opponent deciding whether or not he wants to play first. Interesting. Again, we have 2 huge bombs in our hand. We're going to be able to get all 3 of our colors if we want to. And we have 2 decent early creatures. I mean, Veteran War Leader is not going to be amazing this early, but I think it's a keep. It's hard to say no when you have these 2 cards in your hand. I mean, we definitely need to draw some lands. I think I probably get the Forest with Evolving Wilds because we're probably going to want to play our War Leader on turn 4 or so. Okay, well, we at least have double red now, even though we don't have double white. So yeah, I think we do get a Forest with our Evolving Wilds. All right, so we're going to sack it, get a Forest. Hey, there's Fire Mantle Mage too. Good. All right. We'll play a Plains. We'll end our turn there. So we'll play Shadow Glider, and then War Leader, and then Fire Mantle Mage, I would imagine, is going to be our order. He is calling the Scions again. Hey, and there's Nettle Drone. Do I want to play the Nettle Drone first now? No, I don't think so. I'm not in a situation where there's 2 Scions. They'll just be pinging things for a while, so I think I'd rather... I mean, maybe I play him next turn instead of the War Leader. Blister Pod. Well, that's annoying for Planar Outburst. Altar's Reap or something, maybe. Plummet. All right. That is pretty good card to side in against us. Now I think I play the Nettle Drone. Which probably means we get hit for 3 again this turn. Then I think I'll play the War Leader and then Fire Mantle Mage, assuming we go unmolested with all of our plans. Obviously, our earlier plans didn't work out when Shadow Glider got owned, but maybe it'll work out. I'll just take 3 here if he swings. It's interesting he doesn't want to swing with his blister pod, because if I block it there, it's like a awful block. I mean, I guess he wants to have a blocker. But if he's going to play another one here, okay, he didn't. All right. Well, is outnumber, which is not amazing right now. So I think we do play our mage first now, so we can get in for 3. Dropping him to 17. Also gives us a creature that can actually block freaking these 1/1s. So at least until he puts counters on them. We have mana up for outnumber, so that's good. We've also got Rolling Thunder that can do 3 right now. Our opponent looks like he's stuck on 3, which is good because that retreat was bad for us in the first game. If you got like Bone Splinters right now, it'd be a pretty sweet card for him. He's definitely in the deck for Bone Splinters. All right. No, there's our double white, which we like. I mean, I think we play our Veteran War Leader, but I don't really think we swing now. Because we're in like a situation where he can just like double block our Fire Mantle Mage and not really lose anything. So yeah, I'm going to play the... Oh, not like that though. I will play the War Leader, who will be a 3/3, and we can just ping with Nettle Drone for a while. So I'm not going to do anything else though. And we'll leave mana up for outnumber. And just plan on pinging for a while. Alright, guessing he's going to gain life now. Yep. I wish I'd gotten the white retreat. I don't think I've ever managed to draft it, actually. It would have been nice in this deck. Obviously. Veteran War Leader loves that stuff. Let's see what our opponent is doing. Could be Altar's Reap, I guess, at 2 mana. I don't think it's removal. He could also be playing his... Yeah, it is Altar's Reap. Alright. He has a lot of mana right now. But we have some pretty good safety valve action. Hopefully he doesn't have like Myers Malice. That would be real bad for us. Question is, do I use outnumber on that thing? I think I will. All right. Not an ally, but it will let us swing with our Veteran War Leader right now. So we will. Did I forget to ping him at the end of his turn? I think I may have. We have one other ally, so we can give him one of those keyword abilities. But yeah, there's no reason to if he's not going to block. Vigilance, I guess, could have been okay there. All right, he goes up to 17. We can do 4 right now with Rolling Thunder, right? Yeah, if he plays Deathless Behemoth now, it's pretty sweet because he has 2 Scions in play already. Yeah, and he did. So that kind of sucks. All right. I mean, I can kill them, but I mean, if I use Planar Outburst, for example, at least they'll die. Okay, undo champion. What do you do for me? You give me Menace, which isn't bad, but I don't really think I can take huge advantage of it. You also give me an easier way to block this Deathless Behemoth. So I think I'll play him. Like, if I don't have to cast my Planar Outburst, I won't. And right now we're in a situation where it's better to just sort of see if we can get him to commit as many cards as we can to the field before we use it anyway. All right. And because we know we have Planar Outburst as an out, we can, like, not worry about trading as much as we might normally. Or getting 2 for 1 on a block. This guy plays his retreats and then hits every land drop. It's awful. We managed to win game 1 despite it, but it's getting to be pretty rough right now. I'd probably block with Nettle Drone and undo champion and ping him for 1. Then if he sacks his Scions and brings it back, I mean, that would still give us some time. We'd get to swing next turn pretty effectively, unless he has another Deathless Behemoth or something like that. Yeah. I think that's what I do. I could also just block with undo champion and Fire Mantle Mage, I guess. Yeah, let's do that. The Nettle Drone. Well, keeping an ally is probably valuable enough because of the Veteran War Leader. See if he has some kind of trick or something. We will do 1 damage to him before our Nettle Drone dies. So he's going to get it back and cast it again. I think that's fairly obvious. But I think I'm okay with that. For now, anyway. So if we get 2 more lands and one of them's a plains, we can Planar Outburst with Awaken, which would be pretty nice. One of them's a plains. There you go. That makes him a 3/2. Don't have an ally to play. If we did, we could have really taken advantage here, but we didn't get one. Okay. I say we just pass here. Deathless Behemoth number 2. No, Brood Monitor. Ooh. That's ugly for us. Here I probably trump to Deathless Behemoth. I'm probably getting into territory where I need to be using Planar Outburst. Unfortunately. Yeah, we'll just chump. Alright, well, we can awaken it now. I kind of think I'm going to wait 1 more turn, though. See what else I can get him to commit to the table. Where we can just chump again this turn or just take a few damage. If he has, like, to Drew Warcaller, what happens here? We end up taking, like, 6. Or no, 9. But I think that's okay. It means we get 1 more card out of his hand. So yeah, I think that's what we go for here is planar outburst with awaken next turn after we commit some more stuff to the table, buddy. Play that war caller. Okay, well, not as exciting, but it's a card. And it looks like he's going to play another card. Ooh. That causes some problems, doesn't it? Uh, how much damage can we take here? Freaking Zulaport Cutthroat. Okay, if we take 0 damage here, we're okay. Damn. It looks like we'll take some damage here. But we're going to take as little as possible. So we'll take 3. This is going to be hard to come back from. Then we'll lose 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll lose 8 life, and he'll gain 8 when we use Planar Outburst. So yeah, I guess we play our bridge. Yeah. We're going to cast Planar Outburst with Awaken. We'll awaken our Forest. We've played our only green card, so this is going to hurt, though. It's one of those. Maybe I should have used my Planar Outburst earlier, huh? I wanted him to play more things, but yeah, that feels good. All that Zulaport Cutthroat damage. Guess I'll just hold on to this bridge. I'll get more value out of it next turn, most likely. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, we go to 5, and he goes to 25. So that's a problem. Now he's at 27. Seven mana. Okay. What could it be? Ruinous Path. Okay. Wow. Why doesn't it say non-land creature? I think we basically have to use Rolling Thunder here for 4. Or we die, like, really soon. Wait, we can do 5 with it, huh? Yeah, so we'll do 5. We can divide it, so we'll do 4 and 1. And I think we hold on to the bridge still because we can get some value out of it later, and we don't really need a million lands. All right, looks like we finally got ahead. We're going to get ahead anyway. He may just have another plummet ready to go, but I'm going to play a Ghostly Sentinel now. Solve our quarantine field. We've played our 2 other bombs, but we still have our quarantine field. And now we have another removal spell. I'm going to play the Blade Whirl in my second main phase, even though it's not like awesome right now. But if our opponent can't play creatures, then we're pretty happy with getting dudes out there. Plus we have Stone Fury, especially because he's gaining life. Plus we have Stone Fury to deal with basically any creature he could play at this point. 8 mana. Well, except that one. 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, that's a problem. We're going to have to throw all of our creatures in front of it so we don't die because he has trample. And I have to play my mage now. This has been a pretty nuts game. I'm going to play the bridge now too. Four, 7. I mean, we still need to draw I guess I shouldn't have played this creature. What I should have done instead is kept the mana up for Stone Fury, double blocked. I would have gone to 2 and been able to kill the Devastator. But now, not so much. So I think I screwed up there. Unless I draw a land. If I draw a land, I'll get bailed out because then I'll be able to do 9 damage. So I'm just going to... Actually, I guess I can just block like this. I'd rather hold on to my Sentinel if I can. Puts me at 1. If he has a combat trick, I'm dead. Oh god, what now? Oh, yeah, we're dead no matter. Quarantine field, would that get us out of this? I don't think so. I don't even think even that would get us out. If I'd done a better job there, we'd still be dead, I think. Well, that'll... No, that's not enough. We can kill his Devastator, and it'll give us a dude, but we'll take 1 no matter what. So, wait a second. What if I... 4, 5, 6, 7, 8... No, yeah, I still take 1. I can just sheer drop this and then Stone Fury one of these, then block 1, but we're still dead. All right, on to game 3. Do we want Smite? I think we probably do. Maybe in place of Stone Fury, which is a little clunkier. Yeah. I mean, Smite, we're going to be wanting to smite most things. Okay, this is a pretty good hand. No removal, but it's a pretty fast hand that we can do a lot of damage with quickly. So that's good. All right. Why did our opponent have to draw an Eldrazi Devastator of all cards? All right, there's some removal, which I was lamenting the absence of. Player Blade Whirl. We're going to go Blade Whirl, Shadow Glider, Fire Mantle Mage, most likely. Here, if I play my Mage, I can swing for 2 with my Blade Whirl, I guess, but... Yeah, maybe that's worth it. Yeah, let's do it. It also makes, if we draw any more ally cards, makes it pretty sweet. Be pretty awesome to draw an ally right here. Thought maybe if I said it, it would happen. But it didn't. So, am I willing to offer a trade here for either of these creatures? No, I don't think so. I'll play Shadow Glider. Next turn we can play Ghostly Sentinel. Also not an ally. But it is a Ghostly Sentinel. I mean, we can still play our Ghostly Sentinel, so pretty happy about that. We're going to swing, yeah, maybe with both of these now. I can use Gideon's Reproach if I really feel like it. I mean, if he has a combat trick, I'd probably use Gideon's Reproach. he doesn't have a combat trick, I think I just let the trade happen. And then we play our Sentinel, and I end the turn. So we got 5 damage in the air, a Gideon's Reproach, which is pretty good. Opponent has a very slow hand, clearly. Flooding, yeah, that's rough. We're going to play the Predator and keep the land in our hand so we can hit harder next turn. Yeah, that's not great for him right now. Oh, Bone Splinters. Yeah. Well, that's better for him. Okay. So we're going to swing at the Predator and the Shadow Glider. Then play our second Shadow Glider. Depending on if he takes this, it'll be lethal in the air next turn. All right. So he's going to go to 7. We will play Shadow Glider number 2. And end our turn there. So we could play like a Deathless Behemoth here. I'm trying to think of outs that he might have. And that wouldn't really be one. I mean, we'd still swing for 4 in the air, and then he'd be dead next turn. And if we draw an ally... Ooh, well, that's a pretty good card. If we draw an ally, I was going to say he would be dead, but I don't think he is now. Drawing a land's pretty good right there, I think. So we do. I think we swing with him. We're at 20. I think we can afford to. If he wants to like quadruple block it or something, or double block it, that'd be fine with me. Okay. I guess I could have Gideon's Reproach there and really blown him out, but I feel like with the situation, I should hold on to the Reproach for something that's going to derail me winning more than that. Demon's Grasp, okay. He is slowing my roll. Can we exile all 3 of them? 7 mana. No. We would need 1 more mana. Okay. Well, now we have an out, though. Do I also swing at the Fire Mantle Mage and force the double block? I feel like the Fire Mantle Mage will just be so valuable if he ever plays a flyer. Yeah, I think we do it anyway, though. I mean, he doesn't have to double block, actually. He could just single block it. I would probably double block it if I were him, though. Looks like he's doing just 1. I wonder if he has Plummet. All right, drop him to 1. So our Shadow Glider has lethal damage in the air if he can't kill it. And we have a way out with... I mean, if things turn for the worst, we can Quarantine Field or Gideon's Reproach. Here, if he plays an Eldrazi Devastator, we're not really in trouble. So, Plummet would be kind of bad. He just used... yeah, okay, good. He used... what did he... Oh, he used it to cast his Eldrazi Devastator. All right. Well, looks like we won that one. We won game 1 and 3 pretty handily, but game 2 was a fight. So, all right, we won round 1. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.